Okay, Tuesday, 23rd of September 2025. So, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Organising your photos from your adventures, life, history, you name it. So, one interesting thing I picked up a couple of years ago is document, not to create, but document. Document the moments, the life, the meaningful things, those things that are worthwhile. And the pictures, the videos, the selfies, etc. And especially if they're dematerialized, digital, so they can all fit on a little micro USB stick or micro USB device here in the palm of your hand. Amazing. Or the history in the palm of your hand. Powerful stuff. So really, the meta level to organizing your photos is to capture the moments while you can, those meaningful moments, but also at the same time organizing it so it's future proof. That's very important, future proof. Meaning not to have physical things, or certainly a bias for digital, meaning you have to think how things will be stored and used in the future, 15, 20 years from now, and it's going to be increasingly digital. In fact, it's going to be increasingly AI integrated and Bitcoin integrated as well. So these things are all going to be digital. There'll be a premium for physical things in some fashion. Physical books, paper, framed things, you name it, there'll be a premium for it. But the point is, as you go out into the world and do stuff, document it. Those moments, those random moments, those random clips, the daily selfie, those pictures, the landscapes, the places, the rooms, the food even, it depends how detailed you want to be. Digital by native, or by default, because the long term, that's very important. How will things be consumed 30 years from now? And trying to do that today. And organize it. Keep a lot of the history and memories and things organized, scanned, annotated, in folders, tucked away, backup copies and backup copies, copy and paste. That's one of those things you'd be grateful for 30 years from now that you did, because you could spend a little bit extra money here and have something 30 years from now that could be a priceless little gem that could be beautiful in the future. Very unique little thing in the future, because it's an insight into the past. Again, documenting, not just taking photos, but documenting the life, like a historian in some way, in a real deep metaphysical way, but recording these things. Recording these unique moments, unique frames, unique pictures. And again, if you can digitize them, so they fit in the tip of your finger and the palm of your hand, it takes no space and no weight whatsoever. Amazing. Copy and paste, make copies of it. Backups, very important. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because it might take an extra few moments or an extra couple of pounds or dollars, etc. here and there to capture a photo, capture a video, because it's that rare moment. Again, I did a video about whatever's rarer, do it. Whatever is harder to recreate, do that first. If there's a monthly event versus a weekly event, do the monthly event on that particular day, because the weekly event will come around next week. This one, you've got to wait 30 days. If there's a yearly event, it's once every 365 days. Oh, interesting. And these random pictures and videos from the past, from last year, year before, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, digitized especially, because how will it be consumed in the future? It might even be something like spatial computing with the Apple Vision Pro, with AI, and somehow integrating Bitcoin into it, and maybe even drones in some fashion will be integrated 30 years from now. Certainly 15, but definitely 30 years from now. Powerful. So that, organize those photos, organize that history, document life, document the experiences, the places, the events, the weather, the scenarios, the landscape, the selfies, the videos, things like that. Could you say it's possible to have too much? It is possible, yeah, because it's got to be meaningful. Meaningful in some fashion. Meaningful, because if you can combine meaningful with dematerialized, because you might say take dozens of photos and videos, but if it's dematerialized, it's no real burden. It's all digital, copy and paste. Again, remember, fundamentally, how will things be done 30 years from now, and do it today? Exactly, that's powerful. That's incredibly long-term thinking. He with the longest time horizon wins. If you can do things today, how they'll be done 30 years from now, I understand it's difficult and whatever it's going to think, but that's the level, the deep level of future-proofing that needs to be embedded in every single thing we do. Not just organizing photos, but business, money, education, you name it. It needs to be future-proofed, and other meta patterns at play. Bitcoin, AI, and drones, and whatever else. All these things need to be integrated so you're at the cutting edge. Because over time, if you're not innovating and standing still, you're being left behind. And it's going to be harder and harder to do the same thing in the past. This is the Red Queen syndrome. You'll be running harder and harder and faster just to maintain the same position. If you're not at the cutting edge of technology, innovation, ideas, methods, etc., etc. That's very interesting. Very interesting, deadly and powerful. Important to understand. But otherwise, Adrian's daily vlog, sharing smart stuff men should know. Subscribe for more, and you will see me tomorrow.